The silence in the old farmhouse was the first thing that felt wrong. It was a heavy, woolen silence, broken not by the usual thump of Buster's tail against the floorboards or the soft chirp of the canary Pip in his cage by the window. Eleanor's heart hammered against her ribs as she dropped her grocery bags. "Buster," she called, her voice too loud in the stillness. No answering click of claws on wood, only the frantic beating of her own pulse in her ears. She moved through the kitchen, her eyes scanning for the lumbering, gentle Great Dane who was her shadow. The back door, leading to the overgrown garden, was slightly ajar. A sliver of cold dread slid down her spine. She always locked it. Then she saw it. A single, long, grey feather lay on the hearthrug. Pip's feather. A strangled cry escaped her lips. She rushed to the cage. It was empty, the little door swinging open. Pip, her cheerful companion for 10 years, was gone, and so was Buster. Panic, cold and sharp, seized her. She burst out into the twilight, the damp air clinging to her skin. Buster, Pip, her calls were swallowed by the gathering dark. That's when she heard it. Not a bark, but a low, guttural growl from the direction of the old barn. It was Buster's warning growl, a sound she'd only heard once before, when a coyote had strayed too close. It was a sound of pure primal fear. She ran, her breath coming in ragged gasps, the tall grass whipping at her legs. The barn door was also open, a yawning black mouth. The growl came again, louder, more desperate. Eleanor fumbled for the flashlight on the ledge, her hands trembling so violently she almost dropped it. She clicked it on, the beam cutting a shaky path into the darkness. The smell of hay and dust filled her nostrils. The light swept across the floor and then jerked upwards. There, in the hayloft, was Buster. The massive dog was standing rigid, his body a tense barrier in front of a pile of hay. His eyes were fixed on a corner of the loft, his lips pulled back in a terrifying snarl, and then she saw them. 2 points of green light, low to the ground, reflecting her torch beam. A fox, a large one, its brush twitching, its own snarl a silent challenge to the dog. It was cornered or guarding something. "Buster," Eleanor whispered, her voice trembling. "Easy, boy." The dog didn't move a muscle, his entire world narrowed to the threat. The fox took a half step forward, and Buster's growl deepened into a thunderous rumble that vibrated through the wooden floorboards. Eleanor's light wavered, and in that moment it caught a flash of yellow. Behind Buster's front leg, nestled deep in the hay, was a tiny, trembling form, Pip. The canary was alive, huddled and terrified, but alive. And Buster, her gentle giant, was standing between the bird and a wild predator, a stalwart guardian in the gloom. The fox lunged. It wasn't a full attack, but a testing feint. Buster didn't give an inch, a bark exploding from his chest that was more raw than sound. The fox recoiled, hesitating. Time seemed to stretch and warp. Eleanor stood frozen, a spectator in a life and death drama she didn't know how to stop. Her loyal dog, her missing bird, and the wild instinct of the fox were locked in a silent, suffocating standoff under the creaking timbers of the old barn. The outcome hung in the balance, a fragile thing in the cold, dark air.